to protect your soul.
The following presentation is by Sam Smith Productions in association with Black and Gold Productions.
You are looking live at TD Garden in Boston, the home of the Boston Bruins, as the Bruins look to continue their good stretch at home against the Washington Capitals post-trade deadline. Should be a really good time coming up live in moments. It's the Bruins, it's the Capitals, it's Saturday Night Showdown, afternoon edition. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Boston Bruins coverage right here on YouTube.
And now, Sam Smith and Una Overlays presents Saturday Night Showdown.
What is happening, everybody? Welcome to Saturday Night Showdown Matinee Edition. Bruins are back home after their quick and not so fun trip to Nashville to take on the Washington Capitals. What is happening? Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody in the chat. Hello, hello, hello. Let's get into your starting lineups here for both teams here this afternoon. For the Capitals, it's Dylan Strome, Alex Ovechkin, and Anthony Beauvillier. Pierre-Luc Dubois, Alexei Protas, and Tom Wilson. Justin Sourdif, Connor McMichael, and Ryan Leonard. Hendrix Lapierre, Brennan Duheim, and Ethan Frank. On defense, Rasmus Sandin and Matt Roy, Jacob Chychrun and Trevor Van Riemsdyk, Martin Fehervary and Declan Chisholm, with Logan Thompson in net. For the Bruins, Elias Lindholm, Marat Husnudinov, and David Pastrnak. Pavel Zacha, Casey Middlestat, Victor Arvidsson. Fraser Minton, Alex Steves, he's in for Mikey Asimont and Morgan Geekie. Sean Corrali, Tanner Jeannot, and Mark Kastelik. On defense, Jonathan Aspro returns after being sick Thursday, and Charlie McAvoy, Hampus Lindholm, and Mason Lohrei. Nikita Zadorov and Andrew Peak, with Jeremy Swayman in net. Yes, it's the same roster it's been all year long. I don't know why. That's your starting lineup for both teams. Oh my god. What a dud of a trade deadline it was yesterday, huh? I mean, it was a nothing burger. That's what it was. It was a nothing burger of a trade deadline. It was so boring. It's like, man. Like, that's my thoughts on that trade deadline. Like, it was not it, man. Like, no, like, and I think it was a case of, like, I think playoff salary cap has something to do with it. I think the double retention has something to do with it. Not being able to have double retention anymore. Pathetic deadline for the Bruins. It's not even the Bruins. It was league-wide. It was terrible. League-wide. Like, there was nothing. It was the quietest trade deadline I've seen in my lifetime. Like, it was so bad. League-wide. Ugh. Jake Zimmer's not doing PA tonight. I don't know. Well, let's take a look at one of the new Bruins in town. And, you know, he's going to be starting with Providence, but he'll be getting an NHL shot this season. And I'm talking about 23-year-old Lukas Reichel. Right? Lukas Reichel, he's not popping up on the screen for some reason. There he is. Hey, there's Lukas Reichel. A 2020 first-round pick by Chicago. There's his career numbers. 22 goals, 37 assists for 59 points in his career. He was acquired by Boston from Vancouver for a 6th-round pick in this year's draft. He's starting with the Providence Bruins this year. He was born in Nuremberg, Germany, and Marco Sturm actually said that he actually played with his dad. So he was very excited to see that the Bruins added another German to the roster with Lukas Reichel. So very intriguing to see how he does in Providence. He's expected to join the team tonight. From what I understand, he's actually going to be playing for the Providence Bruins tonight as they look to clinch a playoff spot tonight. They'll be in action at 7 p.m. later on tonight down in Bridgeport. Sorry, a 5 p.m. start in Bridgeport against the Bridgeport Islanders. Either tomorrow or Sunday against Hershey. So stay tuned for that. So there's Lukas Reichel, one of the new Bruins in town, as we welcome you into live coverage of Saturday Night Showdown, which the first period of Bruins coverage on YouTube is brought to you by Uno Overlays. It is the easy way to overlay. Bruins are actually wearing their Stadium Series jerseys today. So we'll see how that fares. Do you think Reichel gets any NHL time? I think he'll eventually get up to the league this year. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but I'm sure it's going to happen at some point, right? Maybe near the end of the season if the Bruins are in or out of the playoffs. You know? Oh, Todd Andrew, the voice crack. Here in Boston as the Capitals win the faceoff, sort of for McMichael, and it's dumped in, and away we go here in Boston. Kept in by Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Puck played around. Centering pass in front. Hampus Lindholm got it away. Puck advanced by Hampus Lindholm to Fraser Minten. Here's Mason Lohrei across the line. Plays it to Minten. Shoots. Save there by Thompson on Minten's shot from out top. Hampus Lindholm now pressured there by Justin Sordiff. Drops it for Mason Lohrei. Lindholm goes down behind the play. We have a penalty on the Capitals here coming up. We'll have their first power play of the game coming up for the Bruins 43 seconds in. So, very exciting to see what the Bruins do on the power play, as they'll be on the power play for the first time coming up here right now. Win the faceoff. Pasternak's shot goes wide of the net. Puck comes out in front, cleared away. It's tripping was the call. McAvoy, Pasternak in front, cleared. It pinballs out of the zone. Pasternak, quick re-entry. Zacha. Pasternak, back to Zacha. Pasternak shoots. Saved by Thompson on a try from Pasternak from the right circle. Yeah, Pasternak, 92 miles an hour on that one time. He stepped up and fired it. Beauvillier wins the draw against Elias Lindholm, where the Capitals can't get it out. Morgan Geekie holds it in at the right point. At the left point, McAvoy holds it in. Plays it in behind the net to Zacha. Has Elias Lindholm in front. Pasternak. McAvoy dives to keep it in. He does. Elias Lindholm in the high slot. Pasternak right side. Pass gets blocked. Puck skips past Zacha. Van Riemsdyk got a piece of it. Zacha trying to dig it in front to Pasternak, and he got pushed off the puck. Rasmus Sandin clears. Two new additions to the Capitals, Timothy Liljegren and David Kampf, will be joining the team tomorrow. McAvoy drops it back for Arvidsson, who's apparently going to be extended here shortly. Multi-year extension coming up for Victor Arvidsson. It's dumped in by Connor McMichael. Been hearing reports about a couple-year extension for Victor Arvidsson, about $4 million a year. We'll see what the actual number comes out to. Lohrei to Fraser Minten for Arvidsson. He'll try to enter the zone, gets it to Steves, who's out there instead of Hampus Lindholm. Puck comes out of the zone. Steves has to dump in here. Only one shot so far on this power play, and the second unit just can't set up. They just cannot get in the offensive zone of a power play. I don't know what changed from the Olympic break, but the entries have not been good all season long since the power play and since the Olympic break. Bruins power play only 4 for its last 29. That is not good for Bruins standards for how good the power play has been this year. Not good. Puck's chipped in deep. Zadorov sends this one into the neutral zone. Jeannot's got it. He'll get it in. Capitals advance this puck ahead, and it's broken up in the neutral zone, and now here come the Capitals. Declan Chisholm reaches the red line, dumps in. Peak for Zadorov. Sends this one past everybody, and this is going to be an icing here against the Capitals, or against the Bruins here. 23-8-1 at home this year for the Bruins. Second best home record in the league. Want these unis? Well, good thing they're not going to wear them after this year. I think it was a good idea for a yellow jersey. I just think it was just a little too bright. And the white gloves, man. Yikes. Puck peak deflects it out of the zone off the glove of the Capitals. Corrali plays it around the net. And nobody was there to play it for the Bruins since Jeannot got knocked down on the neutral zone. Aspro to McAvoy. Puck chipped in on Thompson, and he'll have to be forced to hang on to the puck. Oh, I just realized it's Sean McDonough calling this game today. Elias Lindholm will take the draw against Pierre-Luc Dubois on the near side. Lindholm wins the draw out to the blue line. McAvoy into Husnudinov. He lost the puck on the pass attempt to Pastrnak, and it comes out. McAvoy will have to regroup. Pastrnak throws it back to McAvoy as he's going to get tied up with Tom Wilson. McAvoy dumps in. Logan Thompson will leave it there for Martin Fehervary. For Roy, back to Fehervary. Alexei Protas takes a shot, goes wide on the far side of Swayman. Wilson out to Roy. Fehervary on the left point. Slap pass attempt gets broken up wide. Roy tied up with Husnudinov. Aspero chips it to McAvoy, who's tied up there by Tom Wilson. Elias Lindholm trying to dig this puck free. Out to the line. Here is Fehervary for Roy. Husnudinov knocks him down, trying to force the puck ahead, and he got it through to Pastrnak, but Tom Wilson gets it back. Husnudinov, nice job knocking down his man, getting the puck out of the zone. Unfortunately, the referees, the linesman skates were caught there with the puck, but could have sent Pastrnak on a breakaway, but he could not as the puck was lofted in on Swayman, and we have a stop. Here is Zacha against Dylan Strome on this face-off to the left of Swayman. Strome wins the draw. Chychrun puts it in behind the net. Puck bounces out in front. A shot gets blocked in traffic. That's a hand pass. Capitals can't play this puck. Strome plays it, which is allowed. The person who did the hand pass can touch it, but nobody else in the Capitals can until he does. Zacha gets it to Arvidsson on a weak pass. Drops it for Lohrei. Lohrei to Hampus Lindholm. Zacha can't play that. Puck's tied up at the Capitals' blue line. Middlestat almost got it free. Beauvillier gets it in. Lohrei to Zacha. This is the John Carlson-less Capitals. First time the Capitals have played without John Carlson as a member of their roster in 18 years. A shot there by Sordiff gets blocked. Sordiff keeps it in. Cross-ice pass gets broken up. Lohrei, puck comes to Middlestat for Hampus Lindholm. Sends it off Arvidsson into the offensive zone. Here is Ryan Leonard, a shot that missed wide. Here is McAvoy, will carry it ahead. Cross the line, through Fraser Minton. Couldn't play that. McAvoy goes for a tumble, and he's caught behind the play. Capitals have an odd-man rush here. Here is Sordiff, the drop feed. Duhaime shot wide. Rebound try is blockered aside by Swayman. McAvoy, the high flip out of the zone. Just goes past Alex Steeves, who hasn't played since the Olympic break. Duhaime looks to center, and it gets broken up. And now here comes Steeves. Sean Corrali gets the feed. He gets it around Fehervary, and he'll get tied up in the corner. It's like a huge check from behind. Chisholm tied up with Jeannot. Here is Jeannot on the left side. Out to the blue line, Zadorov. Throws it on net. Saved by Thompson. Rebound still free. Kastelik jamming. Cleared away. Puck will come out to the neutral zone. Peak for Jeannot on the entry. Here is Jeannot, kept to the outside on the near side. Gonna go around the net, wraparound chance in front. Corrali trying to get it to Kastelik here, tied up there by Wilson. And now here is Protas, plays it through everybody. Zadorov and Dubois tied up. We have a penalty on Zadorov coming up. Is it Zadorov? They're calling Zadorov for interference. I don't know. Is that a penalty, though? Is that a penalty? I mean, Dubois kind of initiated the whole thing. Am I wrong in thinking that? Every time I turn on your stream, he's committing a penalty. Well, that's the that's the Nikita Zadorov experience, is it not? That's funny. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Tired still after yesterday. Hosting a 5-hour stream for the trade deadline yesterday, which, by the way, if you weren't there, you missed a lot of funny moments since we had to kind of fill time since there wasn't a lot going on. Including we showed off Tommy DeVito's agent on stream. It was a lot of fun. You should go check it out. Go scroll through that video. All right. Zadorov for interference, so the Capitals will be on the power play for the first time this afternoon. Big tie-up here on the face-off, and the Capitals will win it, and the Bruins will take the puck away and clear it 200 feet. The penalty kill has been pretty good since the Olympic break. Before the game on Thursday against the Predators, the Bruins were perfect on the penalty kill since the Olympic break before Thursday as McAvoy clears it down. Thompson leaves it for Chychrun. Ryan Leonard gets it across the line. So it's Strome, Chychrun, Ovechkin, Wilson, and Leonard. Interesting. As Marat Husnudinov gets it all the way down. Capitals power play 4 for its last 32. Leonard for Strome, back to Leonard. Puck goes through everybody, and Elias Lindholm has a shorthanded breakaway. Here comes Lindholm to the net, and he missed it high. I think Thompson, might have got a piece. He almost had a shorthanded bid. That would have been the third shorthanded goal this year for the Bruins. Here is Chychrun for Leonard. In front, Wilson stopped by Swayman. It was Elias Lindholm who had a good chance on the breakaway. Yeah, Thompson got the shoulder on it. He was trying to go top shelf. Dubois against Minson on this faceoff. Ovechkin's still out there on both power play units. Dubois waved out against Minson. Connor McMichael will come in and take this draw. Ovechkin's only got 4 power play goals this year. Bruins take this puck. It's Fraser Minton, shorthanded opportunity here. He has Jeannot behind him. Minton can't get a shot away. He got poke checked there. And here comes Dubois. McMichael. Put in wide. Frank, puck comes in front. Jeannot gets it away. This puck comes out of the zone. Sandin, 15 seconds to go in the Capitals' power play. Peak tying him up. Aspero takes this puck and clears it down. The Bruins kill off the penalty. Puck's dumped in by the Capitals as the Bruins kill off the penalty. Only 2 shots in that penalty kill. They're given up for the Bruins there on that Caps power play. Puck comes free. It's Elias Lindholm for Husnudinov. Spins back against Feravari. Makes him fall, but he fell too. Oh, man. Hampus Lindholm kept it just inside the line. He was playing the puck when he was out of the zone, but the puck was in the zone. Hampus Lindholm for Mason Lohrei, right point. Throws it on net. Save there. Rebound still free. Thompson got a rebound. Still free. And it's cleared into the corner. We got a penalty on the Capitals for holding. So the Bruins will go right back to the power play here after giving up a penalty. As they go to commercial, Bruins going to go to the power play with a chance to take the lead. Now they need to set up on offense and fire pucks at Thompson. Kind of leaky so far, I can tell. Not having a great performance. He was holding up Husnudinov. Capitals win the faceoff, though. That's McMichael against Elias Lindholm. Geekie kicks it against Tom Wilson and keeps it in. Back out to McAvoy. Pasternak right point. Drops it. McAvoy. One-timer save. Rebound cleared away. And McAvoy slipped and fell, and it's a 2-on-0 for the Capitals. McMichael has Wilson in front. Swayman stops Wilson. What a save by Swayman. Pasternak has an odd man rush the other way. Pass broken up to Morgan Geekie. He tried going cross ice. How did Wilson not score there? Geekie in there as well, trying to tie it up behind the Capitals net. Zacha. Pasternak's in front. Stopped. Rebound cleared away. How did that not go? McAvoy, quick re-entry on the right side. Now he's in the corner, plays it around the net, and there's nobody there. Where is Morgan Geekie? Here is Anthony Beauvillier. Where is Geekie? There he is. That was his puck. I don't know where he was, but that was supposed to go to Morgan Geekie. Drops it back for Minton. Now here's Minton. He'll cross the blue line. Here's Pasternak. Arvidsson. Into Minton down low. Minton behind the nets of Middlestat. Lohrei. Pasternak looks. Fires. Save. Rebound. And the Capitals will clear again. Pasternak doesn't have a goal in his last 7 games. It's the tie for the longest drought of the season for him. Arvidsson to Middlestat. Minton's in the slot, and he lost the puck. He couldn't gather it. Steves, Lohrei, Steves. Power play's over. Bruins had quite a few shots in that power play. Minton. Middlestat trying to get it back to Minton. And the Capitals will get this one out of the zone. No, they don't. It's kept in. Arvidsson, a bouncing puck. He put it over the net. Sandin and Arvidsson slip. Sandin went for a hard tumble. Middlestat with it. Middlestat tied up there by Sordiff along the wall. Middlestat trying to get it back. Tied up with Van Riemsdyk. Corrali in there. Played across. Zadorov keeps this in. The Bruins will be able to get a change. Yeah, I don't know what Morgan Geekie was doing on that power play, but Geekie did not have a good power play. I'm telling you, I don't care what the numbers say. The power play's not good. It's not good. It's needed an adjustment since 2011 for crying out loud. It's not good. Because they're very top heavy on the power play. So when they have a chance right away, that's when they threaten. But if the puck comes out, the Bruins are screwed. Kaslik plays it around. Jeannot is still tied up with a man behind the play. Kaslik knocks into Ethan Frank. Here is Zadorov. I mean, tell me when I'm telling lies. Pasternak, Lindholm for Husnudinov. Lindholm trying to throw it in front and Fehervari tying it up. Husnudinov for Elias Lindholm now against LaPierre. Lindholm lost the puck to Hendricks LaPierre, and the Capitals will get this puck out. Puck played to Ryan Leonard in front. Duhaime looks, shoots, stopped by Swayman, rebound. He'll have to hang on to it as Lindholm got it back to him. As we are in TV timeout. Sweatshirt you wearing? I'm wearing a Red Sox sweatshirt today. Look at this. You can't see it. Hold on. I found this in my closet. Look at that. Red Sox baseball. I like it. I know it kind of looks like it kind of looks like Capitals, Capitals colors, but when's opening day? This month, I believe. I think they're playing out in Cincinnati. March 26th. Charlie McAvoy, 24 points in his last 21 games. He's been so good when healthy this season. Chikrin has to spin back, turns and shoots. It gets blocked by Zadorov into the corner. Arvidsson tying up Chikrin. Puck comes to Tom Wilson. Zadorov knocks down the dump out, the dump-in attempt. Here's Andrew Peeke on the far side. Plays it to Arvidsson. To Zadorov. Middlestat off Zaka's stick. Jacob Chikrin has it for the Capitals now. Dubois lost it. Middlestat trying to force it ahead. Chikrin gets it back. Protas for Tom Wilson. Zadorov knocks him down. I'm sure those two might be at each other's throats today, huh? Geeky gets this puck out. Sandin for Tom Wilson. Sleeve on the hoodie. Thank you. Jacob Chikrin waiting for his team to get reinforced. Reaches the red line. He has to dump in. Doesn't have a lot of options to go with. Middlestat, they're looking at him right now. 13 goals, 18 assists for 31 points this year. He's had a really good year. Bruins have an odd man rush. Lindholm to Minton. Minton has to spin back. He's got cut off in the corner. Puck put in around the net. Van Riemsdyk plays it around Hampus. Lindholm tries to get it to Steves, and he could not. The puck comes out. Here is Mason Lohrei for Fraser Minton. Hampus Lindholm across the blue line. Back to Minton. Geeky one-timer. I don't know if that hit Thompson or if it missed over the net. I didn't tell. But it wasn't quite on line. 83 miles an hour on that one-timer from Geeky. Kastelik knocks it into the offensive zone. Geeky with 34 goals this year. It's a career high for him. He got his 34th on Thursday. Bruins kept it in. It was Corrali who kept it in, but Strome gets it back for the Capitals. For Matt Roy. For Martin Fehervary. Beauvillier gets it in the zone. Aspero cuts it off. Tanner Jeannot gets it out of the zone for the moment. But Ovechkin plays it back to Roy. Roy scoops it on the backhand in near side. McAvoy's got it. Marat Husnudinov chips it past Ethan Frank in deep. Pasternak gets beat to the puck. Duhaime for Chikrin. Here is LaPierre. Frank, Hampus Lindholm kept him off the puck. Duhaime at the out top. Doesn't shoot. Chikrin. Sandin lost the puck. Got it back. Puts it in deep. When I see Rasmus Sandin, I think of like sardines. I don't know. Chikrin left circle shot. Saves Swayman. He got the blocker on it. Here is LaPierre. Out to Sandin. Puck comes out. 2 minutes to go first period. Still scoreless. Sandin walks right in. Takes a shot. Blocker saved by Swayman. LaPierre plays it around. Wilson tied up. Arvidsson knocks it out of the zone. Here is Chikrin. Can't enter the zone, so he has to be forced to dump in as his teammates were still getting on. Puck comes out in front, and the Bruins get it away. It's Peeke for Minton for Arvidsson. Arvidsson couldn't play the puck cleanly. Middlestat's going to get in there. Protas dumps in. If anybody was getting traded, it was not going to be Sean Corrali. The puck goes out of play. If anything, it should have been the guy they're looking at right there, Andrew Peeke. Yep, Kristen, I saw Jason Tatum made his return last night. He looked pretty good. Still adjusting. Back to game speed, and I understand that. Sordiff against Fraser Minton on this face-off. Both on their weak side. Sordiff wins it. I don't know if the Bruins are doing too well in the face-off department so far. I'll have to check that during the intermission. Fraser Minton gets this puck up the ice. Steves gets knocked into hard. Minton gets it into the offensive zone. Sordiff across the line. Probably going to benefit us for a draft pick. There's no value for Corrali right now. There's none. Fraser Minton for Alex Steves. Morgan Geekie slipped and almost went in the splits. .40 seconds to go first period. Aspro to McAvoy. Dumps it in. Here is Thompson. Plays it around. It's knocked down by Corrali. Jeannot's shot misses high. Kastelik. Tied up there by Chikrin. Aspro cross-check down. 15 seconds to go in the first period. McAvoy sends it to Jeannot. 10 seconds. Jeannot. Tied up there. It's whacked back in. 5 seconds to go in the first period. Beauvillier puts it wide. The siren will sound. And that is going to do it for the first period. It is indeed scoreless. As the end of the first period, we are scoreless. Yeah, I didn't like the first period either. I thought the Bruins were very sloppy. I thought they were very sloppy, especially with the puck in the offensive zone. I thought they were very, very sloppy. Like, that's not the Bruins we usually see at home. It looked a little off. I don't know. Capitals certainly didn't have a good first period. I'll tell you that right now. Blame the jerseys? Yeah, when in doubt, blame the jersey they're wearing, right? Yeah. Yeah, what the hell? I was right. I was right. Look at the face-offs. They didn't win any face-offs. They won 3 out of 11 face-offs in the first period. I knew I wasn't going insane. And they had 2 power plays. Ah! That's crazy. I knew something was up. Bruins outshot the Capitals 9-7. The Capitals won 72.7% of the face-offs. Hits are even at 7. Capitals have blocked 6 shots. The Bruins have blocked 3. 10 giveaways for the Bruins. Through first period, that's not good. What's up, Lava? How you doing? Here, I'll get some music going here. Oh, no. I can't play that. I'll play that. It's the only game going on in the league right now. All the other games have been are happening later. Better be 22 to 62. Oh, fair enough. Devils hosting the Rangers at 3 o'clock. That's going to start at the conclusion of this one. Predators and Sabres at 5:30. Flyers and Penguins at 5:30. So the Penguins also have a back-to-back. They're playing the Flyers today and the Bruins tomorrow. Canadiens and Kings at 7. Lightning and Leafs at 7. Mammoth and Blue Jackets at 7. Canucks and Jets at 7. Flames and hosting the Hurricanes at 10. Islanders and Sharks at 10. Senators and Kraken at 10. Well, I'm really actually, as crappy as it sounds, I'm kind of cheering for BC to lose in the quarterfinals. Terrible as it sounds. Terrible as it sounds. Speaking that I'm probably going to the semifinals in the championship of the Hockey East tournament. But I'm cheering for BC to lose. And the reason why is that James Higgins could get here quicker. Am I the asshole for wanting the BC to lose so that Higgins can join the team quicker? Am I wrong for thinking that? I think I'm right. Am I crazy for thinking that that's a good thing to be cheering for? So that Gasso can go join Providence, and that Higgins can join Boston? Like, obviously, I want all of our prospects to do well, right? Obviously, I'm not that dumb. I want them to, like, succeed and do well in the Hockey East tournament. But at the same time, I feel like such an asshole. But hey, man. I'm a Bruins fan first, not a BC fan. Hanging in the Hockey East Championship. If he does that, great for him, right? Great for him. Rush him up here too fast. The killing sometimes it'll fill up. No, he's Primer. He's ready. He's ready. I've seen the man play in person. Higgins was NHL ready last year. He's absolutely ready now. He needs to be here. He needs to be here. Higgins is ready. He can develop in the NHL. He can develop his pro game in the NHL. He's ready. He's ready. I wonder what the Bruins' jersey numbers are going to be for Reichel and... Which Bruin in my lifetime would I consider to be the most underrated? Let me think about that. Most underrated. I would have to think David Krejci would be in that conversation, right? I'm not saying he is the most underrated, but he's got to be up there. I mean, you know? Man. Rask? No, I don't think he's underrated. I don't think he is. I think Rask is properly rated. Can't put two. Who are your two, Lava? Ooh. Peter McNabb and Don Marcotte. Okay, yeah. People are saying Wayne Cashman. I looked up what people are saying. Rick Middleton. Michael Ryder. That's an interesting one. He was only here for a short amount of time, but when he was here, Ryder was so effective. Talk about playoff clutch. How many goals did Michael Ryder score in the 2011 playoffs alone? You know what I mean? Like, and he had that unbelievable save. Michael Ryder had 8 goals and 9 assists for 17 points in 25 games. And he was a +5. I'm telling you. This man was crazy in the playoffs. Or underrated? No, Orr's one of the GOATs. He's not underrated. I think he's very properly rated as the greatest defenseman of all time. I mean, in the 3 seasons he was with Boston, Ryder averaged 22 goals. Well, wait a minute, hold on. 36, 63. He averaged 21 goals a season in Boston. He had 18 his last 2 years, and then 27 in 08-09. He had 27 goals in his first season with Boston. Nathan Horton, David Backes, Louis Eriksson, PJ Axelson, and finally Riley Smith. I don't know about Backes or Eriksson, but Horton and Axelson and Riley Smith I can get behind. Talk about severely underrated. He was Sean Corrali before Sean Corrali. Vladimir Sobotka. There's something about Sobotka that I like that I liked. You know? Still got 6 minutes of the second period. Because the national intermissions are longer. Oh, Miro Shatan, that's another one. He was only here for like not even the full 2009-2010 season, but he was huge. Mark Savard too. That's a major what if. What if his career didn't have to end thanks to Matt Cook, you know? You tired, Sam? I streamed a 5-hour deadline show yesterday. I'm tired. And I got proper sleep. I got like 7 hours, too. Maybe even 8. I don't even know. Yeah, underrated means underappreciated, yeah. I think Orr is not I don't think Orr is underrated. I think he's properly rated as one of the greatest. Savard never got hurt. I think we would have traded Krejci down the line because Savard was the number 2 center, if I remember correctly. Savard was 3. But, yeah. We wouldn't have gotten Chris Kelly, that's for sure. The Bruins wouldn't have gotten Chris Kelly if Mark Savard had stayed healthy. Probably 78 on March 20th. Ugh. Who on this current team do you think is underrated? Ooh. Casey Middlestat and Victor Arvidsson. McAvoy too, yeah. And honestly, Swayman. People are giving Swayman so much crap for no reason because of what happened last year. I saw a tweet today, and it boggled my mind. Boggled my mind that someone said today, all right, Jeremy Swayman is the single reason why the Bruins season went south last year. He said it wasn't coaching, it wasn't the front office, it was simply 100% on Jeremy Swayman. And he said that if you're wrong, if you disagree with me, you're wrong. I'm sorry? And a lot of people were responding like, "What kind of weed you smoking? What kind of this? What kind of that?" I'm like, Swayman wasn't the issue. I'm on the Raps for a couple of Bruins flops though. Oh yeah, Game 7, 2019. I'll die on that hill. I'll die on that hill to believe that was on Rask. Then the 2020 collapse too. Besides COVID, it was mainly him by leaving and not coming back. Leaving's not the problem. It just wasn't coming back when he was playing golf a few days later after leaving the bubble. So anyway, I digress. Big tie up here. Bruins win that face-off. Second period underway. We have a stop here. 6 seconds in. I think Mason Lohrei flipped the puck out of play. So here we go again. Hampus Lindholm lifts Justin sort of stick, like any Lucas Reichel. He's in Providence, so it is what it is. And the Massimo Rizzo and the Alexis Gendron guy, Providence guys, like, nothing was taken and nothing was added to the NHL roster. They literally, when it comes to their actual NHL roster, they stood pat to a T. Nothing was lost, nothing was gained. Steves to Lohrei. Lohrei shot is blocked. Think of a chance with Boston. It was because there's a roster jam right now. Hampus Lindholm will cross the blue line for the Bruins. Lindholm left side, shoots, saved there by Thompson. Puck ends up all the way over to Tom Wilson near the Bruins' end. Puck comes in front, cleared away. Wilson puts it high on the rebound try. Leaves it for Sandin. Into Protas down low. Lindholm takes him down. They're going to call Lindholm for it. Holding on Lindholm. It's going to be on Hampus Lindholm. It's going to be a hold. He took down Alexei Protas. No, the Canadians did nothing. A lot of teams, half the league did nothing yesterday. Nothing. Corrali will take this draw here. Capitals win it. It's Chychrun. For Strome. Corrali tying up his stick. Corrali takes it off Strome and clears it down the ice. Well, you want to know why that prices were so high? Double retention's not a thing anymore. So it's either pay up or shut up. No playoff. There's a playoff salary cap. No double retention anymore. No wonder prices were too high. For guys. Here is Ryan Leonard, a shot. He misses wide on Swayman. Leonard for Strome, out to Wilson. Plays it out top for Chychrun. Played past Dylan Strome. Zadorov clears. Here is Jacob Chychrun halfway through the Capitals' power play here. Here is Ethan Frank for Dubois. Frank out to Sandin at the right point. Spins back against Jeannot. Here is Dubois in the near side. And now McMichael in front. Swayman bats it out of thin air and clears it away. McMichael plays it to Dubois. Spinning back against Jeannot. Dubois has a right chance on the right circle. Now he's in the corner. Back out to the blue line, Sandin. Dubois gets the return. Dubois, 25 seconds to go in the Capitals' power play. Jeannot keeps it to the outside, taken back by Husnudinov, and it's cleared down the ice. Now here is Rasmus Sandin. 10 seconds to go in the Capitals' power play. Drops back for Protas. Across the blue line. Lindholm poke checks it. Zadorov sends it ahead. Here comes Elias Lindholm, has Pasternak behind him. Finds Pasternak. Through the legs. What a move! Lindholm in front. Pasternak saved by Thompson. Oh, man. Wow, what a chance that was. As we have another penalty coming up. This one's going to be on the Capitals here. It's going to be on Beauvillier here. I think. It's going to be on Sortif. Well, Bruins to the power play for the third time here today. Here we go. Bruins have a third power play opportunity here today. Zacha, tied up there by Fehervari. Trying to get it back to Pasternak, and he couldn't get it to him. And now here comes McMichael, shorthanded bid. McMichael has to spin back. Geekie knocks down the pass to Tom Wilson, got it to Zacha. Here come the Bruins. Zacha to Pasternak. Looking for options. Has McAvoy's a drop feed. In front. Zacha stopped. Rebound score. Pavel Zacha. A power play goal. And the Bruins have a 1-0 lead. Great entry by the Bruins. Great setup for Zacha, too. 1-0 Boston. Pavel Zacha getting the first goal of the afternoon. He batted it. Wow, out of thin air. Good for Zacha, getting his 16th of the season, and it's 1-0. Now here come the Bruins again. It's Kastelik on the near side, kept to the outside by Van Riemsdyk. And now here's Jacob Chychrun. When scoring first this year, the Bruins are 25-2. Puck comes in front, Kastelik gets it away. Chychrun shoots, that goes wide. They've won 9 straight games when scoring first. Van Riemsdyk shoots from the blue line, goes wide. And now Mason Lohrei sends it ahead for Sean Corrali. He'll get this puck out of the zone for the moment. We have a stop here. What a play by Morgan Geekie, though. He broke up the pass to Wilson. Sent it up the ice. Found Zacha in front on a McAvoy feed and buried it. Capitals get it in the offensive zone. McAvoy plays it around for Arvidsson trying to send this puck ahead. He can't, held in by Strome. Ovechkin right board shot blocked by Aspero. McAvoy has points in 19 of his last 22. He's been an assist machine as of late. McAvoy had a goal and an assist against the Predators on Thursday. Puck's dumped in by Strome. Swayman for Aspero. Plays it around for Middlestat. McAvoy. Forced to dump in. He didn't have an angle to get the puck to Zacha without getting offside. Strome plays it around. Kept in by McAvoy. Here's Arvidsson. Out to Zadorov. Fires a shot. That goes wide. Rebound still free in front, and the Capitals just get it away. They get it out to the neutral zone. Andrew Peak's there to recover. Zadorov for Victor Arvidsson. Dumped in. It's dumped aside. There by Logan Thompson. Morgan Geekie to Alex Steeves. Bruins get it in the zone. Only McAvoy with the assist. No, I think... Actually, yes, because Zacha and McAvoy passed before. Zacha gave it to McAvoy, who gave it back to Zacha. Puck comes out in front. Protas shoots wide of Swayman on the far side. Dubois, Peak tying him up. Zadorov for Geekie. Here come the Bruins. Here's Fraser Minton. They have a 3-on-2. Alex Steeves looks. Geekie one-timer saved by Thompson. Thompson read it the whole way. Here is Protas. Gets it through Hampus Lindholm. Dubois. Geekie knocks it off his stick. Dubois gets it back. Trying to center it in front for Ryan Leonard. Couldn't get it to him. Leonard, the BC product. Chychrun spinning. Leading defenseman in the goals in the NHL this year. Chychrun, left point. Holding for a long time here. Gonna walk the blue line now. Through the legs. What a move by Chychrun. Saved by Swayman. A rebound score. What a play by Chychrun. The Capitals tied at 1. Wow. Protas was in front on the rebound. Chychrun held that puck for at least 15 straight seconds. It was a shot by Chychrun that was stopped. The rebound came to Protas, and he buried it to tie it at 1. Those guys were tired. They were out there forever. That's Protas' 21st. Bruins get it back across the blue line. Pasternak drops it for Aspero. Aspero shoots. Save Thompson, and he hangs on to the rebound. 12:27 to go in the second period. We're tied at 1. The Bruins strike first on a Pavel Zacha goal. Just a couple of short minutes later, Alexei Protas ties it at 1 for the Capitals. We go to commercial, 1-1 and nearing the second. Is Alex Steves waiver eligible? I generally don't know. Because I think Reichel might be coming up to the Boston a little bit sooner after that play. He is waiver eligible. So he'll have to go on waivers. The Bruins have not been shut out in a calendar year. Well, not in a calendar year. They haven't been shut out in 82 straight games. The Bruins have shut out a couple of teams before this season. Alex Ovechkin, 998 career goals, including the postseason. Elias Lindholm wins the draw for the Bruins. Aspero into Pasternak. Has a man backdoor. McAvoy stopped by Thompson. Penalty coming on the Capitals here. Wow, what a chance that was. Pasternak setting it up for McAvoy in front. He got robbed. But the Bruins getting another power play here. Here, the Capitals win the face-off. Puck comes to Morgan Geekie at the left point. McAvoy out top. Pasternak trying to throw it in front, got blocked, and it's Roy who takes it and clears it down the ice. Bruins power play 1 for 3 today. 6 shots through their first 3 power plays. Zacha getting the Bruins goal. Who has the puck now for Elias Lindholm. Back to Zacha. Back for Lindholm. Over to Pasternak. McAvoy touches it over to Geekie. Gets the cross-ice pass. McAvoy tied up along the wall. Geekie there for support. Chips it to Elias Lindholm. Plays it around the net. Pasternak far corner. Zacha in the right circle. Geekie fakes the one-timer. In front for Pasternak. Couldn't connect. Zacha. McAvoy. Geekie. Looking. Pasternak from the corner. Save. Rebound. Protas will get this one away. It rode the carom of the boards. The Bruins kept this one in. Zacha to Pasternak. Good keep in here. Elias Lindholm in the corner. Pasternak behind the net. Elias Lindholm out to Geekie. Pasternak. He and Geekie will swap. Pasternak for McAvoy at the right point. Pasternak fakes the one-timer. Blocked by Protas. McAvoy keeps it in. Capitals are exhausted. Pasternak for McAvoy. Geeky one-timer blocked by Fairvari. He will clear. The Capitals will be able to get a change here. "12 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Lohrei for Victor Arvidsson. He'll cross the blue line. Arvidsson into the zone. Shoot, save. Minton trying to bat at it on the rebound. And it went wide of the net. Power play expires. Back to 5-on-5. Here is Sandin. A shot there by McMichael. Misses over the net. Lohrei plays it around for McMichael. Puck goes through Tom Wilson. Lindholm to Lohrei. Kept in by Ovechkin. Big tie-up. Wilson tied up. There's a 3-on-1. Middlestat with Arvidsson and Minton. Middlestat trying to go across, and Thompson swept it away. Middlestat's got to shoot that puck there. Middlestat shoots that one. Save. Rebound cleared away. Here is Arvidsson. Tied with Sandin. Ovechkin just lifts this one out of the zone, but it comes right to Peak, and the Bruins are just going to try to re-attack here. Peak just threw it past Kastelik. Puck goes past Sordiff. Andrew Peak regathers in his own zone. Sends it ahead for Mark Kastelik. Burns Chisholm. Shot by Kastelik, saved by Thompson. Bruins will have to clear the zone as the Bruins had to reverse it in. Chikrin. Red line dumps it in. Puck goes off Zadorov. Dubois for Sordiff. Bouncing puck. Bruins get it away again. Kastelik. Tanner Jeannot gets it in. Thompson plays it around the boards for Fairvari. Jeannot pinches and keeps it alive. Chikrin through Protas. Kept in. McAvoy shot. Tipped by Jeannot. Saved by Thompson. And the Bruins are threatening here in this second period. Middlestat's got to pass that, got to shoot that puck there. Either pass quicker or shoot the puck in that situation. Yeah, both goalies are playing pretty well. Thompson looks a little shaky to me, but he's holding up so far. In case you're wondering, for spring training, Red Sox the 1-0 lead on the Rays in the bottom of the third inning. Johan Oviedo is in the mound for the Sox today. Second period of 8:25 to go. It's 1-1. Bruins goal coming from Pavel Zacha. Capitals goal coming from Alexei Protas. Grant's texting me now. So many chances, damn it, man. And I said, they need to convert soon. Chances are there. Middlestat should have shot on the 3-on-1. TVR was going down to block the pass, and I even knew that from here. Tie up here off the face-off, and the Capitals will get possession. It's Ryan Leonard for Fairvari. For Roy. Sends it to the across the red line and deep. Aspero for Husnudinov. Couldn't play it. Leonard takes it back. Here's Aspero for Marat Husnudinov. For McAvoy in front of his own net. Threw the puck away. He got poke checked. McMichael for Leonard behind the net. He couldn't play the puck. Leonard back out to the blue line. Roy, right point. Strome for Beauvillier, and it's lost. The Bruins get it back. Pasternak for Elias Lindholm. Bruins have odd man numbers here. Here's Pasternak. Just off the stick of Husnudinov. Puck comes out. Zadorov racing for it with Tom Wilson. Zadorov beats Wilson there. It's icing against the Capitals here. Wilson doesn't like it, but Zadorov did in fact beat him. Long-deceased grandparents had a winter home in Florida, only a few miles from where the Pittsburgh Pirates had spring training. Quite a few games. I saw quite a few games there when the Pirates were formidable. Yeah. Pirates are trying to bounce back. Fraser Minton against Dylan Strome. Let's face off. Shot off the face-off by Steves, got blocked by Roy. Minton trying to take it free from Roy. Trying to get it to Steves. Could not. Still in Strome in there as well. Gets the puck free. Wilson and Zadorov pinch along the wall. Now here's Roy behind his own net. Catches Morgan Geekie in the dead man's chase. And here come the Capitals the other way. Strome shoots. Saved by Swayman. Puck played to Nikita Zadorov. Up ice for Geekie. Chips it to Steves. Gets through. He got his stick knocked out of his hands. The Capitals took another penalty. And they stop play here. It's going to be a slash. It's on Wilson. Good Lord. Capitals just can't stop taking penalties. The Bruins' 5th power play of the game. Elias Lindholm will take this draw here. Wins it against McMichael. Zacha out to McAvoy. Zacha's the center point here. McAvoy in the right corner. Pasternak behind the net. McAvoy on along the right wall. Back out to Zacha. He and McAvoy will swap. McAvoy, one-timer. Tipped by Lindholm. It's stopped by Thompson. Make sure if you have not yet, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Face-off tied up in 1 here by Boston. Pasternak for Zacha. Lost the puck to Fehervari. Big tie up here, back barely missing on the near side. Duhaime tied up by Geekie. Pasternak, Zacha, back to Pasternak. Looking across, and McAvoy just couldn't play the pass. Here is Geekie now. Pasternak at the blue line, looking to the front here. Geekie lost the puck. Tied up there. Zacha trying to take it free. Elias Lindholm tied up along the wall. Zacha, Pasternak on the out top. Walks in. Kept to the outside by Duhaime. He goes down. Pasternak right circle. Trying to throw it in front, and it got cleared away. Way too passive right now. Way too passive. Way too passive on this power play. I mean, Pasternak just over-hesitating to the upteenth degree. Second unit out for the Bruins now. They have 40 seconds to work with on this power play. Bruins win the faceoff, put into the near side corner as the Bruins couldn't get possession, and the Capitals finally clear it down the ice. Lohrei drops it for Arvidsson, has Minson, he'll swap with him, back finds Minson for Steves. Trying to get it back to Minson, and he could not, comes all the way out. Get Steves off the power play, man. Put Lindholm back out there. Over hesitating. Yeah, see, that's a word. I made it up. Arvidsson, final seconds of the power play. 95 miles an hour. Van Riemsdyk tied up there by Lohrei. Van Riemsdyk gets this puck out of the zone. Or Lohrei got this puck out of the zone. Now here's Declan Chisholm. Bruins power play has been awful today. 1 for 5 is inexcusable. The amount of chances they've had. Tanner Jeannot sends it up the boards, and it's going to be Corrali who gets there first, so it's not icing. Peak gets it in down low. Corrali knocks it down. Tied up there by Chisholm. Jeannot digs it free. Puck goes over Castlick, and it comes to Tom Wilson. 3-on-2 for the Capitals. Has Sordiff in front, and Swayman got a stick on it, I think. .322 to go in the second period. Chychrun shot, kick save Swayman. Puck got to Chychrun on a weak pass from Chisholm. Castlick tied up there by Chychrun. Zadorov gets it out. Icing here. Make sure if you have not yet, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media if you have not yet. Links down below in the description. My Instagram, my TikTok, and my Twitter, all at Sam Smith on YT. Bruins win the faceoff. Zadorov ahead, tied up there. Puck goes off. Jeannot just trying to dive at it. Capitals get it right back. Corrali was able to get off for Elias Lindholm. Here's Andrew Peak. Connects with Elias Lindholm. 1-on-1. Now 1-on-2. Trying to draw another penalty. Did he? He did not. Lindholm's still there. Where's his reinforcements? Make it a National Knee Hockey League. That's an awesome sub right there. Thank you. Here is Marat Husnudinov. He'll just enter the zone here with a lot of speed. Spins back. It's knocked down by Sandin. Puck's lifted out of the zone by Sandin. We have a penalty on Boston. And it's on... Is it... It's on Pasternak? Yeah, no, Rasmus Andersson did not want to come to Boston. He wanted to play for Vegas. Which, if that's the case, screw him. My opinion. They go to commercial break. I have to pick what team he plays for. He was getting $9 million a season in Boston if he signed. I mean, if he extended, it was a sign and trade. He was getting $9 million a season. a massive overpay for Rasmus Anderson, and he said no. Screw him. What I do on I would change up the lines if I'm the Bruins here. Keep Zacha, Middleset, Arvidsson together, but put Minson with Geeky and Pasternak. Lindholm, Husnudinov, and Kastelik on the third line. Then fourth line can be Steve Jeannot, Corrali. Team's getting old. Habs are actually the youngest team in the NHL. I don't know if you knew that. They're, well, not the youngest, but they're one of the youngest teams in the league. Their oldest player is 33 years old. Do you know that? They're in the middle of a retool right now. They're not even old. Corrali wins the draw against Dylan Strome, and it's cleared down by Kastelik all the way down. They should just rebuild. The Bruins, they don't need, they can't, the Bruins should not rebuild if they have, if they have Pasternak, Swayman, McAvoy, both the Lindholms, Zadorov, and Zacha all locked up through next year. No rebuilding. That's not a... Puck comes in front, Ovechkin cleared away there, and it's Corrali that clears. There's no rebuild to be had there. No rebuild. Chychrun, poke check by Hampus Lindholm. Has been contending for years, and the team's going to start struggling. We struggled last year. Look at the season we had last year. There is no rebuild to be had. Final minute of the second period here. Leonard, poke check there by Zadorov. Zadorov knocked down Leonard. Chychrun shoots, saved by Swayman. Exactly 49 seconds to go in the power play. Capitals wanted a penalty against Zadorov for tripping. Ooh, yeah, I got away with one. Zacha against Dubois. Dubois wins it. Sandin. Ovechkin. Dubois. Frank. Sandin. Ovechkin one-timer. Saved by Swayman. Frank for Dubois. Sandin. Dubois pinballs around. Kick save Swayman. Jeannot will race this puck out of the zone. And he draws a penalty. Wow. I mean, Frank, yeah, he pulled Jeannot back. He didn't allow him to skate properly. I'm not denying Zadorov wasn't a trip. It absolutely was, but... Of course, Ray Ferraro doesn't like it. He's been hating the Bruins since his playing days. Elias Lindholm against Justin Sordiff here on this draw. Lindholm wins it. Hampus Lindholm shot. Misses high on that rip. Big tie up here. Off the face-off. Hampus Lindholm. Lost it. 6 seconds to go in the period. Bruins are on a power play now. Chychrun walks in. Shot goes out of play with 1.4. They're in a straight line. Elias Lindholm will take this face-off. But look at the 4 Bruins. McAvoy, Pasternak, Hampus Lindholm, Morgan Geekie, all lined up in a straight line. British Army style in the American Revolution. Puck goes out of play, and that's going to do it for the second period. We're tied at 1. Bruins will have a power play for the first minute 55 of the period. Thank you to Lil Mummy for subbing. Why didn't it pop up on the screen? That's weird. Hold on. Are my alerts not working? It should pop up on the screen, no? One more time. Sorry for Crazy Train. Thank you! Now you get your 15 minutes of fame. Thank you. Weird. It just didn't... As we're in the second intermission. I'm going to take a short break. We'll be back in just a moment. Second period coverage, second intermission coverage here on YouTube is still going on. We'll be right back. We're tied at 1. what we were getting for groceries for the week. Also, since we got a new fridge, we were kind of looking at it. We were like, ooh. Do you think the defensive line should be switched up? No, I think the offensive line should be switched up. Well, I would take Peak out of the lineup for Yogi Haru, but... Offensively, I think they need to change them up and down. It's not working. They're not getting. They're not finishing. Quirky Bruins quiz for you. Name the Bruins whose last names start with A-E-I-O-U and who have the most career regular season goals. Ooh. Ooh, is O Oates? It's not Oates? Really? Is it Orr? That would make sense if it's Orr. E is Esposito. No way it's PJ Axelson. I don't think it is. Jonathan Espero. Are any of these, like, in my lifetime? I had 30 goals. Is that, Jerome McGinley? That name crossed my mind. Last names are kind of rare. Gidle was great. I don't know why we didn't re-sign him. It was a one-year deal. He didn't want that much more money than what we were giving him. Should have brought him back. Bruins should bring in Yager. Yager's retiring. He's finally retiring. Yeah. It was announced over the Olympics. Try like a U. This is my thinking face. I'm sorry. I just gotta close my eyes and envision it. Do you think we'll make it to the playoffs? They can. Is it... Wait a minute. Is it Olmark? That would be great. A. A-E-I-O-U. I'm not going to look at their stats, but I just want to look at the names. Bruins, last, name, A. I'm not looking at their stats. I'm covering it. Is it Jason Allison? That would make sense if it was. He was good for the Bruins back in his day.
Massachusetts, number 0.
Ooh. Poor women's lacrosse at Dean. Jesus Christ. I just saw the final score. They got crushed. Damn. 14-3. That sucks. Third period of Bruins coverage on YouTube is brought to you by Black and Gold Productions. Head on over to the Black and Gold Productions YouTube channel. Go check out the replay of the trade deadline live stream from yesterday. It was a great time. You should go check it out. Let's do this real quick. No podcast this weekend, from what I understand. I haven't heard anything about a podcast this weekend, so. The Oscars are next weekend? I don't care. Who scored the last goal in Atlanta Thrashers history? Was it Ilya Kovalchuk? It's a rare player? Oh, well, that's not. Then I don't know. Why was Czechia in the World Baseball Classic? Like, Genuinely. Why? All right, third period about to get underway in Beantown. Tim Stapleton? I'm going to be completely honest. I have no idea who that is. So, Bruins on the power play for the 6th time this afternoon. Here we go. Third period underway now. The Bruins definitely need to strike here on the power play to start the third period. Tie up in the corner. Bruins going from left to right in the home in the Stadium Series gold jerseys. Capitals in the road whites going from right to left. Zacha the intercept. Puck comes to David Pastrnak. Crosses the blue line, tied up there with Fehervari. Doesn't have options, makes Wilson fall. McAvoy, far circle, spins back, Pastrnak out top. Morgan Geekie right circle. Zacha, trying to bank it in front, and it got cleared away by Roy. Pastrnak. Morgan Geekie. Pastrnak off Lindholm's stick over the net. It got tipped high. Zacha knocked down. Lindholm. Pastrnak, Geekie, McAvoy, Pastrnak, one-timer, knuckler, saved by Thompson. It got deflected on the way to the net. Simpson played with the Jets, Leafs, and he had a great career in Europe. Was it on a successful podcast, too? Oh, wow. I did not know that. The more you know. Big tie-up here, and the Capitals win the face-off. Rasmus Sandin clears it 200 feet. Left for Swayman to play with, and now it's Hampus Lindholm. Drops it for Minton. For Arvidsson. Middlestat lost it, and it's cleared out of the zone once again. Beauvillier gets it back down the ice. 5 seconds to go on the power play. It's their 6th of the game. Power play over, back to even strength. Here is Minton, looks in front. Arvidsson couldn't quite finish in front. Hampus Lindholm from the far wall. Goes wide, and the puck will come all the way out. Capitals will be able to change. Jeannot for Corrali, plays it cross corner and in. Mark Kaselic, Corrali's in the slot, shoots over the net. And it goes out of play on the Corrali chance. So Pasternak's healthy, apparently, according to Emily Kaplan. So, like, just listen to Don Sweeney's press conference. Sound like he didn't think the Bruins need to make much change. I mean, there was one change he needed to make, and that was get rid of Andrew Peeke, but I digress. Bruins win the faceoff. Corrali won it. Aspero to McAvoy, right point. Shot knocked down in traffic. Bruins keep it alive. It's McAvoy. Trying to throw it in front. Kaselic jamming. Kick save Thompson. And they'll hang on. And now both teams coming together in front. Great effort by McAvoy there. Getting his own rebound on the good chance on the right point. Trying to start something. And he found Kaselic sitting in front, and he made a good kick save. Elias Lindholm against Dylan Strome. Capitals win the face-off. Bruins keep it in. It was Husnudinov on the keep-in. Good tie up there by Fehérváry. Fehérváry goes down. McAvoy keeps it alive. Elias Lindholm poke check there by Beauvillier. Matt Roy. Elias Lindholm just being a little menace down there. Playing with Husnudinov, but Protas gets it away for the Capitals. Here comes Beauvillier. Pastrnak took it right off his stick. Sends it for Lindholm. Gets it in deep. Wilson tied up there. Husnudinov takes it away from Tom Wilson. Pastrnak in front, cleared away. Here's Peak. Peak spun off the puck, works it in deep. Here is Strome. Peak takes it away from Wilson. Lindholm trying to play it to Pastrnak, and it just didn't get through. The Capitals will be able to play on... We'll be able to get a full change here. Chychrun gets it in. Zadorov from Swayman. Zacha sends it ahead. Arvidsson chips it, trying to get it, chip it back to Zacha. Tom Wilson knocked it down. Chychrun, Arvidsson took it back. Here's Arvidsson across the line on the near side. Trying to throw it in front. Middlestat couldn't play the puck. Now Tom Wilson for Protas. Hampus Lindholm took it back. Arvidsson's behind the defense on a breakaway. Arvidsson scores! Goal and the breakaway goal. And the Bruins take a 2-1 lead. The team that was shorthanded with the Capitals there. Says Arvidsson was behind the play. Arvidsson giving the Bruins a 2-1 lead. Wow, what a play that was. Arvidsson's 18th goal of the season, and you could tell how crucial he is to this team, man. How important he is. So that's Victor Arvidsson's 18th of the year. And it's 2-1 Boston. Huge goal for Arvidsson. McMichael comes out of the puck, comes out. McMichael. Minton takes it away. To Morgan Geekie. Back to Minton, left circle. Shot saved by Thompson. On a try from Fraser Minton. Puck comes out in front. Still free. Capitals just get it away for the moment. The puck just came out. It's going to be an offside against Boston. On the trade report. Yeah, he was on our trade board for somebody who we think the Bruins could have traded yesterday. Boy, boy, am I glad that that wasn't happening, huh? Corrali back out to the line. Peak shot deflected by Jeannot just wide. I am so glad the Bruins didn't trade him. No icing against the Capitals here. Played out to the blue line. Shot blocked in traffic. Zadorov will get this one away. Allowing his team to change here. Sends it up the ice. Connects with Husnudinov. Here comes Pastrnak with some speed. The blue line. McAvoy's drive. Goes just wide of the net. Did not miss by much. Puck will come out of the zone. Good poke check by Elias Lindholm on Dylan Strome. Strome runs him over. but Aspro took it away. Puck comes to Ovechkin. To Chikrin. To the net, blocked by Husnudinov. Ovechkin gets it in down low to Strome. Aspro tying him up, knocks him down. Puck comes out in front. Lindholm to Pasternak. Bruins get it away. Pasternak curl and drag. Gets it through. Here's Beauvillier. Lindholm took it away from him. Whoa! What a hit by Chikrin on Elias Lindholm. Whoa! His stick ended up in the crowd. Lindholm knocks down Tom Wilson. Hampus Lindholm, how do you do, my friend? Yes, yes, man. Good job. Attaboy, Hampus. Arvidsson shot saved there by Thompson. Hampus Lindholm just knocked down Tom Wilson. Oh, baby. Oh, I love it. I love it. And Chikrin, Elias Lindholm's stick went up into the netting. Make sure if you have not yet, hit the like button and subscribe. Bruins with a 2-1 lead here in the third period. Victor Arvidsson giving the Bruins the lead. Who would you say is your all-time favorite Bruins player? Patrice Bergeron. Zadorov plays it around. I can't tell who has the puck because the ESPN future schedule graphic. Arvidsson's in again! Stopped by Thompson. He was looking for round 2. Peak sent it ahead. He connected with Middlestat, and then Arvidsson was behind the bend again. Arvidsson almost had round 2. Bergeron and Bobby Orr. Bobby Orr is also a good answer. But I saw Bergeron play in my lifetime. I didn't get to see Bobby Orr, unfortunately. So that's why I'm going to say Bergeron, because, man. What a hockey player Bergeron was. What a person he is, right? On and off the ice. Just unbelievable human being. Ryan Leonard lost it to McAvoy. Aspro trying to send it ahead. Puck comes just out off Arvidsson's skate. Aspro sends it to Arvidsson, who's behind 3 defenders here. Chips it to Zacha. Spins back against Roy. Aspro one-timer knocked down. Middlestat couldn't get the rebound away. McAvoy into Middlestat. McAvoy's in the slot. Save Thompson. Rebound in front. And he hangs onto it. McAvoy. Great chance. Bruins are putting the pressure on. I'm saying Marchand to Bergeron score. I miss saying Bergeron's name while calling a game. I called it for the first 3 years of Bruins coverage here on YouTube, but I do miss. I miss seeing 37 in black and white, man, and black and gold, man. I miss seeing it. The next time I'm going to see it where somebody wear 37 in black and gold, he'll be up. It'll be that number will be going up into the rafters. So. Bruins win the faceoff. Mason Lohrei puts it in deep. Here is Dylan Strome. Capitals do not have a shot in the third period. We'll see if they get one here. Here is Beauvillier looking across in front. Kick save Swayman on the rebound. It's cleared away. This puck will not be icing. Perfect placement on that dump out. Anyway, Bork's a man, but Bork's a great player too. He was a great player in his day. Here is Husnudinov. Trying to chip it to Elias Lindholm. Beauvillier took it away. We have a stop here as we have an icing here against Washington. Minton against Thompson. Here on this face-off. Minton wins the draw. Geeky's shot blocked. And it stung Tom Wilson. This puck will go all the way down to another Capitals icing. Nah, Ray Bourque isn't overrated. He's one of the GOATs, man. Minton against Dubois. Minton wins the draw again. Zadorov one-timer. Gets knocked down in traffic there by Dubois. Alex Steves a shot. Kick save Thompson. Out to the line. Zadorov again to Steves. Nice cut against Dubois. Has Minton. Couldn't get a shot away. He got blocked in front. Zadorov for Minton. Quick re-entry here. Drops it for Geeky. Shot over the net. Here is Fraser Minton. Gets it to Steves. Out to Peak at the right point. Zadorov left point. Shot knocked down. Rebounds in the slot, and the Capitals get it away. Here is Frank. Connects with Dubois. Dubois around the net. Peak takes him right off the puck. And now here's Sean Corrali. Lifts it into the neutral zone. Geeky will be able to get off. Out comes Kastelik. Bruins make a defensive change as well. Aspero and McAvoy come out for Zadorov and Peak. Kept in by Frank. Puck comes in front. It goes across the goal mouth. This puck's lifted all the way down. We have an icing here against the Bruins with 9:44 to go in the third. Face-off one. The Capitals. Roy. Shot saves Swayman. Roy again stopped by Swayman once again. Leonard to Fehervari. Shot blocked by Kastelik. And it goes out of play. They go to commercial break. Bruins with a 2-1 lead. $9:29 left. Name a Bruins player in your opinion who didn't deserve to be a captain. Oof. Well, in my lifetime, it was mainly Chara, right? Joe Thornton. Why the hell was he captain? You know? Why was he captain? He was great. Why was he captain? These two teams will meet again next Saturday at 3 o'clock. Dubois against Elias Lindholm here on this face-off. Lindholm wins it. McAvoy plays it around the net. Puck comes out. Good check there by Husnudinov on Chychrun. Here is Aspero. Sends it to Pasternak. He gets it in the zone. That was Lindholm. Kicked aside there by Thompson. Husnudinov plays it around. Puck comes to Pasternak in the far corner. Aspero left point to the net wide. McAvoy from the right corner now. Spins back. Makes Ovechkin miss. Puck's in the slot. Capitals get it away. Here comes Dubois. Gets it to Tom Wilson. In front, Ovechkin couldn't play the pass cleanly. And the puck goes out of play with 8:50 to go. Make sure if you have not yet, hit the like button and subscribe. Need a massive like spike here on YouTube. Hit the like button. Can't believe Buffalo's tied with Tampa. Buffalo's good, man. I don't want to play the Sabres in the series. Icing against Boston. Bruins are Red Sox are in a rain delay right now down in Tampa. Or down in Florida right now in Fort Myers against the Rays at JetBlue Park. Sandin to the net. Misses high. Zacha for Zadorov. Lifts it out. Will this be icing here? Yes. Face-off won by the Caps. Sandin couldn't hold this one in. It bounced over his stick. Zadorov knocked down there by Strome. Matt airs peak. Lifts this one out here. Is this going to be another icing? No. Dumped in by Chychrun. Fraser Minton sends it ahead. Will this be icing here? Oh, barely. So the Bruins got to stop icing the puck. The Red Sox game was called. So the Red Sox won the game, actually, against the Rays 2-0 in spring training. Lohrei. Puck comes in front. McMichael's robbed by Swayman. Point blank opportunity. Chisholm dumps it back in. Whoa. Hampus Lindholm goes off of Fraser Minton into the offensive zone. Here is Declan Chisholm. He dumps in. Protas tied out there by Hampus Lindholm. Lohrei trying to advance this puck. Dubois tied up with Geeky. Puck comes to Chisholm. Huge check there by Dubois. Puck comes to Pasternak. Played to Morgan Geeky to his right. Geeky trying to look across, and it got knocked down by Protas. Bruins keep this one in. It's Aspero. Pasternak gets tied up at the blue line, and the Capitals get this one out. It's Protas. He'll just guide it in the zone for the moment. Aspero gets knocked down. McAvoy gets knocked down. Protas trying to play this one ahead. Pasternak takes it from Wilson. Pasternak to McAvoy. Just past Hustadinov. Pasternak tied up behind the net. Hustadinov trying to take it free from Wilson. He can't. 6:10 left. The Capitals dump in on Swayman. He's actually going to be forced to hang on to the puck. Cam Neely, best Boston Bruins players? Oh yeah, he's definitely top 10. Definitely top 10. Maybe even top 5. Capitals putting the pressure on finally here in the third period when it's a one-goal game. The Bruins are sitting back a little much. Corrali wins it against Strome. Here is Andrew Peak, sends it up the boards. Kastelik plays it. Kastelik wipes out. Chychrun for Ryan Leonard. In the middle, Chychrun's shot goes wide. Here is Ovechkin. Sandin for Ryan Leonard. Shot blocked by Kastelik. Puck forced out. Sandin, Ryan Leonard, cross the line. Poke check there by Lohrei. Middlestat for Arvidsson. Here come the Bruins. Arvidsson across the line. Gets it in deep. Chisholm tied up there by Arvidsson. Zacha in there for support as well. Sortif gets it away for the Capitals. Chychrun ahead. Gets it to McMichael. What a poke check there by Hampus Lindholm. Middlestat to Zacha. 5 minutes left. Dropped it. Middlestat went for a change there. I don't like that. That's not the time to change on the on-man rush. Beauvillier tied up there by Middlestat. McMichael plays it around. Here is Van Riemsdyk. Chisholm on the left point. Into McMichael. Puck comes out in front, cleared away. Arvidsson and Hustadinov team up on the dump out. Here comes Hustadinov, 1-on-4. Hustadinov kept to the outside by Chisholm. Bruins get some fresh reinforcements out there. Trying to get it to Pasternak. Can't. Protas takes it away. The puck's going to come towards the blue line. Aspero holds in. Puck comes to Pasternak behind the net. In front, kicked aside. Sortif for Protas. Puck forced out of the zone. Here is Aspero now. Stops up with under 4 minutes to go. Ahead for Tanner Jeannot. Across the line, Jeannot looking for options here. Kept off the puck there, but kept to the outside by Sandin. Ryan Leonard flips this one out. McAvoy has to play it quickly against Ovechkin. And he does play it. He'll move it up the ice here. Puck comes to Morgan Geeky. He'll guide it in. No Alex Steves right now for the Bruins. Jeannot's out there with Geeky and Minton. Minton out to McAvoy. Here is Hampus Lindholm. Geeky's out top. Geeky looks to the net, throws it on net. Saved by Thompson. Puck still in the slot. Capitals get it away. It's held in by Geeky, though. Geeky has an options here. In front for Minton, and he couldn't play it. Ovechkin will get this one out. Puck sent to Geeky now, 2:45 to go. Here is Zadorov now. Dumps in. Arvidsson going to tie up Fehérváry. Puck goes through Zacha. Got to think, when are they going to pull Logan Thompson here? Here comes Fehérváry. For McMichael across the line. Drops it there for Strome. They have pulled him. Extra attacker out for the Capitals at 6-on-5. Ovechkin's the extra attacker. Actually, Ovechkin's not even out there. Roy for Strome. Beauvillier at the blue line. Fehérváry on the left point. In down low. Roy. Beauvillier. Roy. Beauvillier one-timer. Stopped by Swayman. Minute 52 to go. Lindholm against Strome here on this draw. Capitals have Ovechkin, Protas, Strome, Wilson, Chychrun, Dubois. Bruins win the draw. The Bruins have Lindholm, Hustadinov, Pasternak with Lindholm and McAvoy out there. Here is Chychrun down to a minute 43 to go. 100 seconds left. Here comes Strome. It's flipped in on Swayman, played aside. Dubois for Strome. Lindholm chips it past him. Hampus Lindholm sends it up the ice, gets broken up. Pasternak's down there. Pasternak, wraparound, has a chance in front, trying to get to Elias. Lindholm can't. Capitals just keeping the Bruins out in front of their own net. And it's going to come all the way down. Swayman's going to leave it for McAvoy here. The Bruins ice the puck with a minute 8 left. UConn lost to Marquette. That's a big upset. Did not expect that. And it's a timeout here for the Capitals with a minute 8 left. Come on. .108 left. Face-off tied up. Ovechkin's shot goes wide. A minute 5 to go. McAvoy down the ice, blocked by Chychrun. Final minute of the third period here. This is a big pivotal game for the Eastern Conference wildcard standings. Dubois tied up there by Hampus Lindholm. Here is Strome out to the blue line. Chychrun for Strome. 45 seconds to go. Here is Ovechkin. To the net, blocked by McAvoy. Puck comes in front, cleared away, and it goes out of play with 37.3 to go. The timeout is over. Excuse me. Sorry about that. The timeout is over. 37.3 left. Elias Lindholm against Pierre-Luc Dubois. Capitals win it. It's Ovechkin. 30 seconds left. Ovechkin shot blocked. Here is Lindholm ahead for Pastrnak. Empty net attempt. Sends it to Elias Lindholm. Scores! Elias Lindholm puts the game on ice. .2 left. It's 3-1 Boston. Pastrnak with the assist. Well, this is a good victory for this Bruins team. The Bruins will get their 12th straight victory on home ice. 3 seconds to go. 2-1. Stars of the game here this afternoon as the Bruins get their 12th straight win on home ice. Your third star of the game this afternoon had the first goal of today's proceedings, Pavel Zacha, your third star of the game today. He was huge today getting that goal to kick off the goal scoring in the second period on the man advantage. Second star of the game today had 22 saves on 23 shots. Second star, Jeremy Swayman here today. And your first star, I'm giving it to him. I'm absolutely giving it to him. He had one of the biggest goals all season long, and it's just based off of individual moments, right? So it's what we do here, right? First star of the game, Victor Arvidsson. getting the game-winning goal, putting the Bruins ahead, and they would not look back. Bruins back in action tomorrow, 4:30 puck drop, taking on the Penguins. And it should be a good time. We will do post-game with Josiah. Josiah, do you want me to call you on cell or on Discord? Probably cell, right? Since you're in the car. Oops. Sorry. Oops, I called the wrong person. Hello.
Hey.
How about them Bruins?
Hey, dude. I mean, you can't complain with the results, man.
Yeah.
I was listening to your stream pretty much the whole time. I have been driving all over the state right now, so it has been a busy day that way. But I was listening to the game. Badly needed, man. That's for sure. After the disaster in Nashville, you really needed that, especially with the Capitals sneaking up on you in the standings. So, big win by the boys. It feels like I say it all the time, but messy but effective.
And that's the Bruins' MO this season. I feel like it's messy but effective. So, I'll take it.
Pretty much.
So, thoughts on, if you were listening to the game, so you didn't have a chance to watch, but based off what you heard, what were your thoughts on the way the Bruins played in in this one? Like, you said messy but effective, but, like, what did you notice in particular?
Yeah, I would definitely think it's the loose ends as usual. The odd man rushes have been a little bit of a concern this season. It seems like a lot of the times, when you're calling the game, I hear either, McAvoy loses an edge and then the Capitals have a 2-on-0, or, one guy gets beat, whatever it is, They've been struggling on the blue line on both ends, getting into the attacking zone. They've been getting a lot of poke checks. And odd man rushes going towards Swayman the other way. And then obviously when the Capitals were kind of just waltzing into their zone, but that's kind of how the Bruins go is, their defense is really good when it comes to like corner battles. They win a lot of puck battles, but they kind of just let you waltz into the zone. So that can definitely be cleaned up. I would say the offense was pretty good. Powerplay was decent. Definitely could be cleaned up as well. Again, that's kind of where I go messy but effective, where there's a lot of loose ends to clean up, but you got the job done against a pretty good team. I am a little concerned about the offensive rushes, because if Swayman wasn't as good as he was today, this could be a different story. It seems like, especially in the first period with all the penalties, there were a lot of odd man rushes. So
yeah, for sure. And I think in the second period, finishing needed to be a different story, and we didn't really see a lot of that. Besides the Zacha goal, I mean, the Bruins outshot the Capitals in the second period, like, heavily. Let me pull up that real quick.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, here we go. They outshot them in the second period. Where is it? It was on my phone. Yeah, 13-9 in the second period. And a lot of their chances came in bunches in the second period. There was like a 5 or 6 minute stretch where the Bruins had like consecutive shots on goal. So,
who was the empty net goal? I stepped away for a second.
it was Elias Lindholm.
It was Lindholm, okay.
His first empty net goal all season long.
Yeah, that's why it surprises me that he was the one that got it, but
yeah,
that's funny. I want to ask you, how do you feel like the power play, like if you had the control over it, what would you say the majority of the issue is with the power play? Is it like going into the zone or the passing, like too much passing? What do you think?
I think it's a little bit of a mix of everything. I think if the Bruins win the faceoff to start the power play, I think they're fine. But if the Capitals or whoever they're playing, if the penalty kill wins the faceoff, you're kind of screwed. And I think we've seen that a little bit, especially since the break. We've seen that. So I think the Bruins need to work on their strategies on the entries, because I think it's still not good. It hasn't been good all year long. But as long as the Bruins can win faceoffs and get set up offensively, I think they're fine throwing pucks at the net. They just need to continue throwing pucks on net. A little too passive, especially during the third power play they had when... Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was the fourth power play that started the third period. It was carried over from second to third period. I thought the Bruins way too passive, didn't throw a lot of pucks to the net. And then the fifth power play they had, they kept throwing pucks at the net. They just couldn't score. So if they have more power plays when they just keep throwing pucks to the net, something's bound to go in eventually. So 1 for 6 isn't great. It's not a great look. So, you know.
Definitely not. And I think that's going to determine how far you go if you do make the playoffs, because...
Josiah?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, you cut out for a second.
Yeah.
I think you're in a bad spot for reception right now.
That's funny. I'm right next to a cell tower too, so that seems a little backwards.
Yeah, it kind of checks out. Try again.
So you know how it's been, the inconsistencies with the Bruins all season. That's what's going to get them, is having issues with the power play, because they get their butts kicked by the Predators, and then they go beat a Capitals team, which is way better than the Predators in every shape or form. So that the 1 for 6 is concerning to me, due to the fact that you had 6 opportunities, and really, I mean, the first one, you had the most, or it was actually the second power play that you had a ton of opportunities and you just couldn't bucket them. So, you got to clean up the power play, because if, in the playoffs, if you ever get that much and you're only getting 1 goal out of 6 chances, you're going to get beat 9 times out of 10. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Swayman was sharp today when he needed to be. He only had to make 22 saves, but he made a couple of really big ones in this game too. So, good to see him. I assume Korpisalo gets the net tomorrow against Pittsburgh. We'll see we'll see what version of Korpisalo shows up tomorrow. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, talk about inconsistent.
Yeah. Real quick before I let you go, since you're driving. So they have the Penguins tomorrow at 4:30. We'll be live for that one here on YouTube. Tuesday, they play host to the Kings. That's interesting. They're going to play a Kings team who is really banged up. Thursday, they host the Sharks. That should be a lot of fun to see how the Bruins match up against the Sharks. And then on Saturday, they go down to DC to play the Capitals again. So it's gonna be an interesting week for the Bruins. They gotta get as many points as they can, for sure.
Yeah, this is a big week, 100%. I mean, first of all, the LA Kings, they're already banged up, and then they kind of were sellers at the deadline, so they should be a win, especially since you're playing host to them. Well, I guess let's backtrack for Penguins. Second half of a back-to-back, that's tough, so
Man.
We'll see. So Penguins, that'll be interesting. You better beat a Kings team at home that's super banged up and they sold. Macklin, Celebrini, and the Sharks, that'll be a tough one, because they're essentially, not really too many people expected. And then you see the Caps again, which every game against the Capitals is huge because they're right next to you in the standings. So these are some really, really important games coming up, really important points. I would say, what I would I expect the majority of wins here. But this is the Bruins we're talking about. We have no idea what they're actually going to do. So we'll find out. But it's going to be quite an entertaining stretch. So we'll see what happens.
The Bruins will be playing the Crosby and Malkin-less Pittsburgh Penguins. Malkin suspended for overhand double overhand slashing Rasmus Dahlin over the head. It was one of the most violent things I've ever seen in hockey. So he'll be out for the next 5 games due to that. It should have been way more.
I was going to say it should have been a season long. He should have been done for the year. That was like attempted murder, dude. Like that was insane.
Yeah. I said it should have been at least 10 games, but again, what do I know? Then the Kings, I mean, they're banged up. They don't have Kevin Fiala. They don't have Andrei Kuzmenko. They have the new face Artemi Panarin. They're gonna have Scott Lawton. Like they didn't okay. Ooh, I'm so scared of Scott Lawton. Like, I don't know. The Sharks team, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a fun test on Thursday to see how this team fares against the Sharks and how if they can keep up with the Sharks' speed, because they have a lot of it. The Sharks beat them when the Bruins were out in San Jose earlier in the year, so see what happens with that. And then they play the Capitals next Saturday, and it'll be another ABC game, so see what happens with that. All right, Josiah, I'll talk to you later, man. I'll let you get back to driving.
Yeah, we'll probably chat after the Penguins game.
All right, sounds good. I'll talk to you tomorrow then.
All right, see you, man. Bye, chat.
All right, catch you. All right. Well, that is going to do it for our coverage of Bruins hockey here on YouTube. If you have not yet, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Ring the notification bell to never miss when I go live or upload here on the channel. Follow me on social media, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter down below in the description at... Thank you, DJ Chips, for the sub. Appreciate it. At Sam Smith on YT on all those platforms. Go follow me at Sam Smith Broadcasting on Instagram. A lot of fun stuff coming up soon. And with that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll be back at it tomorrow for Bruins and Penguins. See y'all then. Bruins win 3-1.